So you can stand just somewhere on your mat with your feet comfortable. For me, my feet are comfortable about hips width distance, but if it is for you more comfortable to be feet together, that's up to you. So find a comfortable stance, just with your arms relaxed and posture relaxed. We don't want to remove the natural curve of your lower back. Just sort of move your belly muscles a bit to attention without contracting them too much. Relaxing the shoulders, the arms. You can have your eyes open or closed, whichever way that feels better for you. Just arriving into your position, not only in your body, but also in your space. So sensing where you are. Catching your attention. Where is your attention, your focus? Just allowing it to arrive into the sensations of your body. Feeling the sense of solidity in your feet. And the relaxed state of your posture. Come into your ujjayi breathing. So with the arms relaxed, the shoulders relaxed, pull your chin a bit in and back so you feel the back of your neck stretching. And we'll start with a small sound in the back of the throat to breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Just even breaths. Dynamic breaths. Perhaps you set your intention for your practice today. And in your own time, start to move a little with your breath. So very easy. With the length of the inhale, the arms move forward and up. At the end of the inhale, the arms are up to the sky. And then with the length of the exhale, your hands come down. So you can follow my rhythm, or you could just do your own, nice and systematically. Inhale and exhale. It's like your hands are moving air. Yeah, you could even turn the palms facing up. Inhale. And then turn the palms facing down and exhale. Beautiful. Slow it down. You can afford to slow down. Inhale. And exhale. Like a waterfall. Inhale. And exhale. Let's take it out to the side. So the palms facing out. Inhale. And then taking the hands facing outward. Exhale. Yes. And inhale. And exhale. Notice how the shoulders start to activate in different ways. Inhale. One movement continuously links to the next. So it maybe calculate a little bit when your hands go down as the end of the inhale, the end of the exhale. And just connecting right away to the next breath. Beautiful. Just find your own rhythm. Like moving clouds. One more time. And exhale. Take a breath, relax your shoulders. Notice if your neck feels tension. Again, move your chin a bit down and then draw the chin in. We'll move the head a little bit. So we inhale, tip your chin up. Then exhale, chin down towards your chest. Keep the rest of your posture the same way. Inhale, lift your chin back. Exhale, chin down to chest. Find your rhythm. I recommend keeping your eyes open for this to avoid getting dizzy. So just this moment of awareness in your movement. Get the mind away from anything that you were doing before. Coming into this moment and into the preciousness of the moment you decided to take for yourself. Next time you lift up your head, you go side to side. So one ear to one shoulder. Inhale while you're moving. Exhale, ear towards the shoulder. So gentle side to side. Waking up our neck, that place we hold very often tension. Next time you tip your head over to the right, you can roll down towards chin to chest and then over to the left. And just begin to make small circles. So the broadness of your circle just depends on the range of motion of your neck. So you could be doing it just like this. So moving your face, basically, giving the head a small circular movement. Or you could take your head into the full circle. Depends on how your neck feels today. Keep your shoulders relaxed, the arms and hands just hanging down. Lean into it a little bit. Next time the chin goes down, switch directions of your circles. Notice how your breathing is starting to catch up with the movement. So we learn to link the two. The process that takes a little longer, maybe you start to get a hang of it. Next time your chin goes down to your chest, take a breath, just letting the head hang. And lift up your head. Just get into this parallel position. We'll start to move a little more. So the next inhale, stretch the arms up again. Reaching to the ceiling, reach your shoulder blades up. And then exhale, bend your knees and let your spine curl down like you're placing something to the ground. Relax your head when you come down. Keep your knees nice and soft. Take your hands on the shins and now inhale, stretch the legs. Lift your tailbone back. And then exhale, bend your knees again and relax the spine down, relaxing the head, your arms, your fingers. Push into the feet. We'll come up, inhale with a circular motion of the arms. So circling them out and up. Reaching the fingers up, touch your hands together. And then exhale, circle the hands back down to your side. So the full complete movement. Inhale, stretch the arms forward and up. Exhale, bend your knees and slowly let the spine relax over the knees. Relax your head down. Take your hands on the shins and inhale. Stretch your legs, stretch your back. So creating an L shape with your body. And exhale, bend your knees. Relax your head down. Push down in the feet. Inhale, circle the arms out and up. Big circle in. And exhale, circle the hands down by your side. Head comes into parallel position. Again, keep going. Inhale, arms forward and up. Reach the shoulders up. And exhale, bend your knees, lift your tail, one vertebra at a time. Come down. Hands on the shins. Inhale, stretch the legs, lift your chest. Exhale, bend forward and down. Relax your head. Push into the feet. Inhale, rise up. Big circular movement. And exhale, hands down to your sides. So it's as simple as that. Step to the front of your mat if you're not there. And we'll add more movements with the same breath count, the same pranayama. So inhale, stretch your arms forward and up. Exhale again, bend your knees. It's like you're placing something carefully down on the ground. Relax your head. Inhale, stretch the legs and lift your chest. And exhale, step your left foot back. Take a big step and place your knee to the floor. Press your hips a little forward. Press your feet down and inhale, circle the arms up. Touch the hands together, look up. And exhale, hands to the floor. Step your feet back into downward facing dog. Bend your knees and stretch your spine. Spread your fingers, lift your tail up to the ceiling. So with this little turn of the pelvis, the tail lifting a little up, like you're sticking your bum up, focus in your belly. Breathe into your ribs towards your belly. And exhale, see if you can empty out the belly from air. If you're pregnant, just don't do this. Pull your belly button into your back. Straighten the legs a little more. Once in a while, you can breathe like that in downward dog, just exhaling to empty the belly, to pull the navel up. creating like a little lock in your abdomen. Look forward to your hands. Inhale, come into a push-up position, shoulders over the wrists, and then exhale, place your knees down, stretch your hips back into a child's pose. Keeping the arms straight, the elbows lifted from the floor. Take a breath into the hip, into your lower back. Look forward to your hands, spreading the fingers. Inhale, lift to your hands and knees, and exhale again, stretch back to downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left leg up behind you. Straight leg, your heel lifted. Then exhale, pull the knee towards your belly and step the foot in between your hands. If it didn't get there, just help your foot with your hand. Place your right knee to the floor. Press your hip a little forward, but comfortably. And inhale, reach your hands up, touch the hands together. Exhale, hands to the floor. This time, step forward with your right foot. Relax your head. Inhale, stretch the legs, lift your chest. And exhale, bend forward. Push into the feet, inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands down to your side. We continue, same again. Inhale, arms forward and up. Reach up with your shoulders. Exhale, bend your knees, fold down. Inhale, stretch your legs, lift your chest. You can also bring your hands a little lower if you feel more warmed up. And exhale, place your right foot back, knee to the floor. So continuous movements. Inhale, rise up, touch the hands together. And exhale, hands to the floor. Step back into downward dog. Take a few breaths there. You can always bend your knees to get that length in the shoulders, the little turn of your hip. Maybe lift up your heels a little. Explore in it and then find a stable position. Our body is like a mirror, like a hologram of the mind. Maybe you haven't done yoga in a while, but that's okay. It's like a little spring cleaning. If you need to take a break anytime, you just go to child's pose. Look forward to your hands. Inhale into a push-up position, lengthening your neck. And then this time, exhale, pull your knees a bit forward and place the knees to the ground. We'll come into tabletop position. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and arch your spine. And then exhale, push your hands down, round your spine. Do this a few more times. So continue to move forward and back. I'm just going to check the waiting room. All right. And then the next time that you exhale, so we inhale, arch the spine, and then exhale, flatten the feet, and again, sit back into your child's pose, stretch the arms forward. We'll add a little stretch in here for the side of the body. So walk your hands over to the left side so that your right hand kind of follows the left hand. You could even place the right hand on top of the left to make a deeper opening into the ribs. Take a few breaths there. Every time that we move into a shape, it's a work of a yogi to move our attention into that sensation, but to really feel present with it. The only worth of a pose is how much we are in it, in our mind, in our attention, our awareness, our sense feeling. Let's bring the hands back to the middle and then over towards the right side. You could place your left hand over the right. Take 2 more breaths into the left shoulder. And then walk your hands back to the middle and back towards your knees. So we come into a kneeling position. This is not good for your feet. Just come up and stand on the knees instead. We'll take the hands behind the back and wrap the fingers together. Before you make a fist with your palms, just squeeze your elbows towards each other. See how that works. Slide your tailbone a little down. Maybe you stretch the arms straight. Normal to have a little pop in your clavicle there sometimes in the joint. Lift your arms slightly. Keep pulling the chin back. Take a breath in and out. And then release your fingers. Relax the shoulders a moment. Maybe make some movements forward and back. Like saying hello, giving a big smile to the whole body. Take your hands forward and interlace the fingers in this way. So fingers together, and then switch the palms so they turn forward. Inhale, reach your arms up, press up through your hands. And then exhale, take your hands down, stretch them forward, and again, stretch yourself back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up behind you. And exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Place your left knee down. And inhale, lift the arms out and up. Touch the hands together. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step forward with your left foot. Relax your head down. Inhale, stretch the legs and lift your chest. Exhale, bend down. Push into the feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your thighs. So we'll add on from here. Now the feet are nice and aligned, hips width distance. Bend your knees, reach your arms back. Yes. Inhale, stretch your arms forward and up, chair pose. And exhale, bend forward and down. Relax your head. Inhale, stretch the legs and lift your chest. And exhale, bend forward. Bend your knees again, sitting the hips back. Inhale, chair pose, stretching your spine, sitting back in the heels. And then exhale, come to stand. So we'll repeat that a couple of times. Bend your knees, hands back. Inhale, stretch your palms up. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend down. Bend your knees a lot. Inhale, chair pose. Stay low in your hips. And exhale, rise to stand. One more time, this time one breath. Inhale, chair. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bend down. Bend your knees a lot. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, rise to stand. Okay, easy enough. We'll add on. Bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, halfway up. This time, exhale, step back to a push-up position and lower down on your belly or on your knees. How you feel. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale, come down. Push your hands down, lift yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. And we'll stay here or in child's pose for about 5 breaths. Connect to the Ujjayi breath again. Sensory awareness. And also where the mind takes you. Look forward to your hands. Inhale, raise your left leg up. And exhale, step the left foot forward. Press down in the feet. Take your hands on the hips and come up into a lunge. So find your lunge position. If you're feeling wobbly today, remember you can always do this down on your knees instead. So we'll do a bit of work again, just with moving with our breath. So only the arms. Inhale, lift the arms. And then exhale, bend the elbows and open your chest. Inhale, raise your arms up. And now exhale, bring your torso forward to your thigh and reach your hands back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. We repeat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward and back. So yeah, I know the legs are working. One more time, inhale. And exhale, open. Inhale, rise. And exhale, hands to the floor. Stretch back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, push-up position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. You can always skip that bit if you like. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Find your position. Put your knee down if you like to do the flow rather like that. Hands onto the hips, lift up. It helps a lot to pay attention to activate your back leg. So really using that as a support. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward and back. Keep going. This beautiful energy of stability in the legs so that there can be this freedom to shine forward. We need to have some foundation for us to relax and be open. And this is the perfect kind of physical metaphor. Take your hands down. Once more, stretch back to downward dog. Inhale to plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take an inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Let's bring yourself forward to plank pose and bring your knees down. Do a nice twist here. So we'll take the left hand a little out to the left and then slide your right arm underneath the chest, so underneath your left arm, and bring the right side of your shoulder down. The right side of your head is down. You can use your left fingers to kind of press yourself a little into the pose, but only gently. Two more breaths. Just turning the spine in a few directions in between. Press into the left fingers, slide your right hand out, and come back into your tabletop position. Take the right hand a little out to the right. Left arm slides underneath. Left side of the head is down. You can use some pressure in your right hand to turn yourself into the pose. Explore the position. Notice when your hip relaxes to the right, there's less pressure. When your hip moves a bit to the left, there's more pressure. One more breath. And press into your right fingers. Slide yourself back into tabletop. Take it back to the center. So you inhale, arch the spine. Feels really nice after that twist. And exhale, round your spine. Inhale, arch the spine. And exhale, stretch back into your downward dog. Look forward to your hands. Inhale, bend the knee. And exhale, walk or step or jump your feet forward. Relax your head down. Inhale, stretch the legs and lift your chest. And exhale, bend forward. Bend your knees a lot, sitting your hips back. Press into the feet and inhale, chair pose. Exhale, push down, hands to your sides. Nice. So we're a little warmed up. We'll keep on going. Move yourself into your standing position. Realign your focus, mental and also in your eyes. Find your breathing. And then we'll bend the knees again for chair pose. Press down, inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale, bend forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway. Exhale, step back into plank position. Maybe you stay here or you move through the vinyasa. You choose. Remember, you can always just do cat-cow as well. So the arching and rounding of your spine. Inhale, raise your left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Press into the feet, one breath this time. Inhale, rise up, lunge position. Exhale, take your hands behind the back, wrap your fingers, and first squeeze your elbows. So I'm having my knuckles in my sacrum here, in my lower back, squeezing the elbows, and then stretching the arms. So yes, we're a little bit in the shoulders today. We're gonna put in a bit of a standing balance here. So focus your eyes forward and on the floor. Push into the left foot. Maybe take a few little steps and come forward, lifting your right leg, pressing out through both heels. Focus into your belly, keeping everything in the center. Bend your left knee and take a step back, heel to the floor. Release your fingers, inhale, warrior one. And exhale, hands to the floor. Stretch back, downward facing dog. You two stay here or come forward to push-up position. Move through the vinyasa. Yogi's choice always. Take a breath. No reason to rush. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Slide your left foot a little back. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands behind your back. Yes, beautiful, yogi. So much energy this morning. Take a breath in. Find your focus point. Move your chest forward. And then lift off with your left foot. Coming into your balance. Lower your left hip a little bit. Press through both heels. One more breath. Little bend in the right knee. Step your left foot back with the heel down. Inhale, raise your arms. And exhale, hands to the floor. Stretch back, downward facing dog. Yogi's choice again. Moving through the vinyasa. And we all meet back in downward dog. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. All right. Come forward to push-up position. Place your knees down. And then sit back into a seated pose. We'll come a little bit more into the upper chest. So we're warming up the upper body and also the front of our body for a few back bends. So we often think back bends are purely kind of lower back related or back related, but there's a lot to do with the front of the body. Hip flexors, shoulders as well, chest. So lift up on your knees. Knees about hips width distance apart. Take your hands on your chest. And a very simple movement. So with your inhale, lift your rib cage up into the hands. And with your exhale, lower the ribs. It's like a bonus awareness exercise because you also get to feel your heartbeat. So the inhale, lift. And you exhale, lower. You want to feel the skin of the belly stretching a bit. Inhale, lifting. So the rib cage tips up a little. And exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Sit back on your heels again. Just relaxing your hands down for a moment. And we repeat the exercise a little different. So lift up on your knees. This time, take your hands onto your upper buttocks and squeeze your elbows. Now the chest lifts by itself up. So inhale, lift the chest. You can stay here, or with the exhale, lean your head back, lean your rib cage a little back. Inhale, lift back up, and then exhale, relax. Move your chin down, a little bit back, relax your shoulders. Take a breath. Now lift up onto your knees and step your left foot forward. Take your hands onto the knee and move your hip forward. So we'll do that a few times. So inhale, come back to that original position. And exhale. So it's just about perspective. It's like we're continuing the back bend, noticing how our hips and our lower back, our hip flexor relates to the back bend. And exhale. You can choose to stay here, just in the lunge, or even put your hands down if you feel like holding it like this. Or take your hands onto your upper buttock, lift your chest, inhale, and exhale, lean back. We'll inhale, lift back up, and exhale, take your hands to the ground. Tuck your back toes under for some stability, and then move your hip back and just slide your left foot back, sit back onto your heel. Good. Okay. Take a breath. This is always a great stretch for your feet as well. So hopefully that's starting to make sense. This connection in the front of the body. Lift up on the knees. Step the right foot forward and then bend into your knee. You can take the top of the left foot down if that's more comfortable. Move forward and back a few times, just into your range of motion. If all of this is too much, I know if you're a runner, for example, it might be really intense to be here. So you could always do it like this instead, or even use a couple of blocks. The results of the pose, what it's doing in the body is the same. Okay, so you listen in, see how it works. One more time. And the next time we're here, take your hands onto your upper buttocks. Only if the hips are forward. If you're still kind of working within this area, this movement, then keep doing that. Otherwise, bring some pressure into the feet, pressing down. Maybe you come back. Breathe into your throat. Left hip. And then exhale, coming back up. Take your hands down and press your hips back. Slide your feet back. And again, sit back into your toe stretch. So relaxing the shoulders. Take a moment there. Neutral spine. Relaxing the feet. Now we'll move the back bend into the upper body. So into the chest and shoulders. So come forward in your hands, placing them flat. And even maybe a little bit wider than your shoulders, with your fingers turned slightly out. And move your knees back, 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 until you can stick your bum up and press your chest a little towards the ground. You could have your chin down if that's comfortable, or have your forehead down or the bridge of your nose down. Applying just a little bit of pressure. Nothing too much. One more breath. And then release, lift up, and like a snake, bring your belly down to the ground. Take a rest with one hand over the other and rest your forehead down. Open up your elbows wide away from you so that you feel space in the shoulders. Move your hips a bit side to side, wiggling your hips. Yeah, if your belly is growing, if you're baking a baby, just stay on your hands and knees. So I'll give you a few options for the next exercises. If you're pregnant, you can be on the hands and knees and alternate the opposite hand and the opposite leg back behind you, okay? For the rest of us, you can also do that, of course, it's yogi's choice. You can reach your hands forward and reach your legs back, and we'll do the same thing. So with your breathing, set yourself up like this. Turn your head to face down. Press your hips into the floor. Connect your belly up into your spine. So take a breath in. Take a breath out, moving your belly in. If you're up in your hands and knees position, just make sure your back is not arching too much. And now with your next inhale, lift your left leg and your right arm. Exhale, stay up and pull the belly in. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift your left arm and your right leg. Exhale to stay up. In, down, and switch. So we just go side to side, one arm at a time. You can do it slowly. You can do it more dynamically. You can also do it with one breath for each move, except if you're on your hands and knees. So continue doing that. If you're on your hands and knees, you might want to explore now just holding a position and moving your back a bit more neutral, working more on lifting your leg itself. Yes, beautiful. So the back has a tendency to kind of make this shape when we're here. So we pull the belly in without activating the belly muscles too much, but by moving your lower back in a slightly less curved shape. And then switch. We do one more round, whatever version you're doing. And then release. You can sit in child's pose or bring your head down onto your hands. Just resting. Take 3 more big breaths, whichever variation you're doing. And then bring your hands beside your ribs. If you're in child's pose, come forward on your hands and knees and we'll all meet together in a downward dog. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Exploring this freedom in the shoulders, face, and the heart. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. And exhale, walk or step or jump the feet forward. Remember to relax the arms and head every time you're forward in a forward bend. It's really powerful release. Inhale, stretch the legs and lift your chest. And exhale, bend forward. Bend your knees, sit back in your heels. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, rise up to stand. Deep breaths. Let's continue moving. This time we'll move from a position with the feet together. So inner thighs, big toes touching. Find yourself, hands at heart center. So everything is just a little more zipped into our central line. Take a breath. Bend your knees. Now reach your fingertips towards the floor. So different kind of chair pose. Wrap one thumb over the other. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, take a large step with your left foot. Spin your heel down, so now your feet are aligned like you're on a straight line or on a tight rope. So right heel, inner arch of the left foot is aligned. Bend into the right knee. Create stability in the feet and then circle your arms up into warrior 2. Open the shoulders, the chest. Turn your palms to face up. Relax the shoulders and move them towards each other behind you. Look back at the left hand. Notice if it's here or there or forward. So it's this beautiful chest opening action. Turn your head forward. A stretch in your neck. Take your left hand on your left thigh. Right hand on the nape of your neck. Turn the chest and lift your head up. So feeling to the right side of the ribs. Just let your head relax in your hands. The weight of the head is doing the pose. Inhale, come up and out of the pose, open the arms. And exhale, stretch down, back into downward dog. You choose again, stay here. Or inhale to push-up position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, left foot forward. Big step, adjust yourself, right heel down. Press into the feet, inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, open to warrior two. Open your arms, turn the palms up. So we're not moving the shoulders down or up. We're moving the shoulder blades towards each other here. So actively also pulling into the back. Deep bend in the left knee. Left hand behind the nape of the neck. Right hand down your thigh. Open back. Turn your torso a little up as well. Feel the left lung expanding with your breath. And then inhale, come back out of the pose. Exhale, two hands on the floor. Stretch back, downward facing dog. Again, you choose. And we'll all meet back. Downward dog. And place your knees down. One more time, sitting back into your toe stretch. Okay. We'll do a few more shoulder openers, a few more back bends. So you choose if you want to stay with your feet and the toe stretch, or if you just want to sit back like this with your feet tucked under. Lift up your left arm. Bend your elbow, touch your hand to the upper back, and then take a hold of the elbow with the right hand and move your hand a little back. Tuck your tail slightly down so the rib cage comes a little even. One more breath. And then exhale, release. Same arm goes behind your back and reaches into the middle of your shoulders. And the right hand is just going to go around and grab a hold of your upper arm or your elbow. This doesn't work. You just hold your forearm. Okay, it still gives this benefit of the turn. One more breath. And then release. Relax your arms down. Maybe move the shoulders a bit a couple times. And then we'll do the other side. So right arm up. Bend your elbows. Take a hold of the right elbow with your left hand and move your arm back. So if you have your hand kind of relaxed inward like this, not much will happen. But if you keep your hand on your shoulder blade, then you feel more of the opening in the tricep. One more. And then release. Carefully here, take your time to unravel. There's a kind of magic in the space in between the poses. Take your right hand behind. This side is problematic for me because I have a very damaged clavicle. So be aware of your injuries as well. So I'm not even going to go and grab anything. I'm just going to put my hand here. Giving a little bit of pressure, but you go ahead. Maybe you're grabbing the elbow. Maybe you're grabbing your forearm. If you feel yourself kind of lopsided or going off into directions which feel unaligned, you might have gone a bit too far. Beautiful, yogis. And then release. Again, just relax the arms down. Feel a sense of looseness. Hopefully there's a sense of looseness in the shoulders. All right. Come forward into your hands and knees position. And then again, stretch yourself back into a downward dog. Maybe you feel the downward dog's already much different than in the beginning of our practice. Take a breath in, forward to your plank position. And then pull the knees in and set your knees down. So we're going to lift up onto the knees, hands on the hips. And again, step your left foot forward. So we're once more going to go just for a moment into our lunge. We're going to lean forward into the lunge position. Now take your hands forward and up, palms facing forward. Inhale, And exhale, lean back with your arms. So this, of course, our anatomy restricts the movement back because now the upper back is a little bit blocked by the shoulders, which is actually a good thing. So it's protecting our back. Take one more breath. And then exhale, release, move your hip back. Take your hand on your hip, place your foot so you can feel that you're stably able to put weight in it. If you have a chair or something around you, if you know standing balances are kind of wonky for you, then please take one. We're going to lift up the right knee, push in the left foot, and then lift the right leg forward. So from this position, straighten your left leg as much as you can. So coming into a neutral pose, and then take your right knee back, grab a hold of the inner foot, reach your left hand forward, come forward with the chest, opening the front of the body. Keep turning the right hip down. So imagine yourself as if you were doing the previous lunge. It's kind of the same positioning of your pelvis, your hip, and your lower back. Oops. And then slowly let go. Lift your knee up and forward. And then step your foot down. Shake out your legs. Let's step it back into a downward dog one more time. So transitioning from that position back to where we came from. And then come forward to a push-up position. Bring your knees down, slide your hands back, and sit onto your heels. Good. Step the right foot forward. Move forward into your hip. See if this works for you. Remember, if at any time it's too much, just stay the whole time with your hands down. And then once we're down, we move the palms facing forward, lifting up the arms and back, opening. Here's something crazy. So here we feel the arms going into a certain direction. If you were to simply open the arms to the side and then roll them back forward and up again, suddenly they can go further. Just because the arm bone kind of went around. It's really crazy how our anatomy works. Take one more breath. And then release, hands go down, move your hips back. Place your right foot in place so that you can push down and simply lift your left knee up. If we're in a leaning position, bring yourself forward. Bring your hips aligned to your knee. Take your left foot back. Grab a hold of the inner foot and then lift the back knee. I'm totally cheating because I have a wall in front of me. But you see how ingrained our narrative is. Even for me, cheating is a word I choose to use. So I'm just going to choose to erase that word. It's just how I'm doing it right now. It's our strange, feminine, kind of perfectionist mode. Take another breath. And then bend into your right knee. Take your left knee up and step your foot down. Shake out your legs. Okay. We'll do a little release for the hip. So open up your feet a bit wider. Turning the toes slightly out. Hands inhale, rise up. And exhale, bend your knees. Coming down into a squat. If the squat is challenging for your ankles, you could take 2 blocks and put them sitting. So you could sit like this. If you maybe have another kind of seat to sit on, this feels really nice, actually. I'm just going to stay like this. And open up your chest. If you're down in the squat position, take a moment to relax your spine forward. So rounding your spine, just relaxing your upper body into the hips. Sometimes our postures or the way we do things in our practice, actually a lot of times, is the reflection of our daily life, and we can learn so much from it. Sometimes we just recognize we tell ourselves little lies or little exaggerations. Take one more breath. And then release. Take your hands behind you and bring your feet forward. Take your fingers facing forward, so lean back in your hands. If that's too much for your wrists, try first by straightening your arms and puffing your chest a bit up. You'll notice here if it's too much for your wrists. If it is, you could try to take your hands turned facing out. If not, we might just skip this pose. This is also a shoulder opener. Chin down. Inhale, lift your hips, and then relax your head back. Move your body a bit forward and back. And take your hips down, lift your head, move your hips back, and stretch your legs forward. Take a deep breath in and lift your arms up. And then exhale, roll yourself down to lie on your back. We'll do one more set of back bends, and this is your choice, yogis. So take the arms down by your side and use the elbows to pull the shoulder blades flat into the ground. Bend your knees and place your feet flat, so touching the backs of the heels. If your lower back is tender, you could lift your hips and simply place a block under your pelvis, under your sacrum. Or go ahead and do that and stay there for the moment, the rest of the practice of back bends. Or pull the shoulders together and now push into feet and inhale, lift your hips. Wrap your fingers together. Move the shoulder blades a little tighter. Make sure you don't move your head side to side. Keep your buttocks engaged. Notice the exposure of the front of the body. And we really warmed up for this pose, especially in the hips, in the front of the hips. Take one more breath. Release your fingers. Exhale, carefully lower your hips down. Just let your spine unravel. Move your knees a bit side to side. Knock the knees together, just relaxing them here, like a tent shape. And we'll do one last back bend. You can choose to repeat that one or to slide a block under your hips, or also just to relax like this. If anybody wants to go into a full wheel pose, if you feel warmed up, if you have that in the practice, you can take your hands beside your shoulders, elbows pointing up, feet hips width distance apart. Keep your chin tucked in to start with, and when you're up, then you can relax the head back. So press into the feet. We come up with an inhale. So press down, inhale, rise up. Stay up for two more breaths, whichever version you chose. Beautiful, yogis. And then lower yourself down. Everybody, also those of you with your block under your hips. Again, open the feet a bit wider. Release your shoulders and let your knees knock together, relaxing the spine down. Noticing whichever physical feeling, emotional feeling came with the back bend. Basking in it. Bring your knees carefully up in your chest and rock side to side, so massaging your spine. One side to the other. And we'll come into a counter position, which is the happy baby pose. So open up your knees, grab a hold of the outer edge of the feet, and take your knees a little closer to your shoulders. So squeezing them a bit down. You can also just hold your ankle. So bend your knees and holding the ankles like this. Greeting the kidneys, one side to the other. Take 2 more deep breaths. Slowly winding down, bend your knees, wrap your arms around the knees and lift your head and chest up, just squeezing in a little ball. And then relax your head down, place your feet down, and stretch your legs forward for Shavasana, relaxing the arms down to the side. On Saturdays, we do a short Shavasana and then we do a meditation practice. So just relax completely and I'll let you know when you can come up and set up for your meditation. But for now, connect into the state of relaxation, which is the state that we also want to take with into our meditation. But let your legs be heavy into the earth. Your hips and your arms and your belly, your jaws and your neck. You could even take one more big breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Completely surrendering to the weight of your body in the earth. And then when you feel ready, also if you like to continue in Shavasana, that's fine. But we'll come into a meditation practice. So feel free to come up and find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on a block or sit on a cushion. I don't have the pillows here right now, but last week I showed in our yin practice some positions with the pillows under the knees as well. So to give yourself a really optimal support. You could have your hands in a number of positions that feel comfortable. One is just with the hands facing down on your lap or on your knee. Also, palm facing up can be quite nice. Gives a sensation of a kind of turning open of your shoulders and sort of a receptive spaciousness, openness. You also connect your index finger and thumb into Dhyana Mudra with the rest of the fingers kind of stretched out and active. Or you could place your right hand into your left palm in your lap. So whatever one intuitively feels. Take a moment to explore a little bit. They can be really powerful, these hand positions. And they can change over time. There's many more and there's many meanings of them, which I won't go into right now. And first we'll work with a few visualizations. So maybe it's been a while since you meditated and the first thing that comes into your mind is, oh God, I can't stop thinking and I have so much going on and so on. And in meditation, it's not about suppressing our thoughts or trying not to think. It's first of all about being in the state of not moving, of slowness, about being with what is, even if there are really loud thoughts. And then it's also just a training for the mind. So our thoughts can be more in the background, maybe. And the forefront of our attention is the moment. So it helps to choose one thing to put into the front of our attention in a light way. So we accept that also the other things go on in the background. Sometimes one of the background things comes forward and we're like, oh, what is this? Okay, it's a physical sensation you might feel. That's fine. You just file it away. You know what that is. And come back to focusing. Or sometimes it's an emotion, boredom or restlessness or sadness or excited about the rest of the day. You recognize that too. Okay, that's an emotion. Sometimes it's just like junk mail. You know, when you go into a loop of thoughts that have no particular direction. And then you just file that in the junk folder as well. So we'll pick an anchor for today or a point of focus that can help you stay present with yourself. First, we'll just bring our awareness into our body, the whole body, every part of it. Starting with your face. That's the closest part of your body to where we feel our awareness is, around the head. So just observe what you feel in your head and face physically, the breathing, what you see with your eyes closed or open. Maybe your head feels a bit heavy or you feel light. Maybe you have a little headache. Just notice, be with what you feel. Maybe you hear something in your ears. There's a texture in your mouth. Notice sensations in your jaws, around your eyebrows. Try to relax those muscles. And then just naturally, we travel our awareness, just a part of us that's observing, that's curious, into our throat and neck. Just noticing any sensations. Sometimes you just reaffirm to yourself, yeah, I have a neck, it's there. Now you notice your breathing maybe in your chest. You feel a physical movement there that your breath is performing. Yes, I have a chest. I have arms and hands resting on my legs or in my lap. Shoulder blades, and there's a whole spine all the way from the skull down to your hips. And I also have ribs. I might feel my breath moving them. And the solar plexus. Maybe there's an emotion you sense somewhere in this area. Okay, it's just part of our nature, part of our system, part of who we are. And then now sense your belly. This amazing complex system which just performs all your digestive organs. Try to relax the muscles of your belly. Maybe you sense the breathing in the belly. And then also your lower back and your seat. There could be some physical sensation here. You've got those legs. Amazing. Takes us places. Keeps us steady. Your pelvis, your hips. Maybe there's a baby here as well right now. Just being there, aware. All the way down to your feet. Like your body is a lotus flower, just being here. Just rest your awareness on your whole self here, your whole body. Feel your skin wrapping around your whole body. Maybe you don't feel it, but you're aware that you have skin. And we just rest in the space of overall attentiveness. Maybe you find one point in the middle of it. If you were a lotus flower, just one little pollen that's sitting on your leaf. For me right now, it's just the air in and out of my nostrils. My awareness is still on the whole, but there's this little center. Just the breath going in and out of the nostrils. Thoughts come and go, it's just whatever. So I'm slowly going to bring the practice to an end. But if you feel that you'd like to spend more time here, just stay. That's okay also. Continue your practice. Notice if it takes you somewhere without the guidance. And if you're ending the practice, we'll take the hands together in front of the chest. Just as a reminder that it's our human right to also just be. We're basically not doing anything. We're just being. And all the stories and resistance that might come with it, it's just part of the practice of being. And then we can take that practice out to everything we do in our lives, because we live a life of action. Everything we do, we really be with it while we're doing it, fully embracing every moment. So I wish you all a really beautiful weekend and a really nice week ahead. And see you next time. Namaste.